Hi everyone, welcome to my vlog. My name is Beefy, I'm an illustrator and this is my travel vlog. I'm going to Bandung with a fixed agenda this time, which is to visit my friend's art exhibition, tour a lot of independent libraries and book cafes, as well as meet a lot of friends I made online. I stayed in Bandung for 5 days, 4 nights this time, and as soon as I arrived in the city, I went to this coffee shop to meet my friend Archie for the first time. We would meet up a total of 3 times during this entire trip, but I didn't record the rest. Sorry about that. He took me to this coffee shop called BND, Coffee Bawa Studio, which I found really quintessentially Bandung. This is my friend Archie. He's super camera shy. He didn't want to be part of the video, so I had to respect this decision. This coffee shop is really cool because it has like this DIY vibe, and also it has this cool design studio at the back, and apparently it's like such a Bandung hotspot. Later that night, I went to Artisan Coffee to see another friend of mine's exhibition, and you have to check out his amazing work. I mean, look at this. This is Adit, the visual artist, and his girlfriend Ulfa. We met actually online. We became friends through threads, and I love finally seeing his work in person because he has actually been sending me like his work in progress over the couple months, and then he gave me this exclusive tour as soon as I arrived. I loved how he told me all the stories behind each of his pieces, and I love how his pieces really complement the interior, the quirky interior of the coffee shop itself. If you're in Bandung, or if you live in Bandung or you're visiting Bandung, I really recommend you go see his exhibition and check out his work because honestly it's really cool. Also, special thanks to Ulfa for taking a lot of these footages. She is such an amazing photographer, so all her footages have been kind of out of this world. I also appreciate that Adit and Ulfa introduced me to their friends from Bandung's art world. I have met a lot of amazing individuals, and I really love the vibe here with the quirky interior of the coffee shop in and of itself. The next day was a special day for me and my sister. We started out with a pamper session and hastily went for lunch at this Thai restaurant recommended to me by one of my coworkers. I love the dishes here. I've never had salmon quite like this, and it was really such a comfort food for me and my sister. And my sister wasn't feeling very well, so for her to like this food, I think is such a testament of how it tastes. Thank you so much to Rifa for recommending this place to me. And then afterwards, we decided to visit our first library of the entire trip, which is Kineruku. I've wanted to come here for months and maybe even years, but for some reason, throughout all the trips I've taken to Bandung, I've never been here. As soon as we arrived, we realized not only was the place crowded, we were also not allowed to take a lot of like photos and footages of the place and can only use our phones for it. I found this really cool book about Bandung's punk scene, and I really loved it, but I couldn't borrow the book. So that was kind of a bummer. Then afterwards, we decided to go for dinner at this yet again crowded place at Pascal. It was a great dim sum place, and we absolutely loved it here. It's really very good. The next day was a half day with my sister, and we hit the ground running with a children's library, which is my favorite place, and also my sister's as well. I found this place several years ago, and I never visited once, but I've always been intrigued by it. The place is filled with a lot of children's books, and I think they even divide the shelves based on the age group of the children so that they can browse more easily, and for the parents and educators or whoever it is who come with the children to navigate their way around the books. And afterwards, we decided to have lunch. We have a place nearby that we thought of, so we decided to just walk to our lunch destination. And it was a great day with great weather, so I thought, why not? I love walking in Bandung. It's just a lot more comfortable, I find, than in Jakarta, even though technically the sidewalk is worse. And then we arrive. This is my sister's favorite coffee shop in the whole of Bandung. You can call it like her comfort coffee shop, and also I like coming to their Jakarta brunch as well. We had some lunch. It was pretty nice, just like another comfort food. After lunch, my sister still had some time to kill before she had to go do her side job, so we decided to grab dessert at this place that my sister found a few weeks back. She only knew this place as like a donut shop. We did not expect it to have so much cake, and the cake here looks so good. I decided to try this burnt cheesecake while my sister decided to satisfy her hankering for some tiramisu here. We love both the taste of both cakes, and I don't know, like the fact that it's not very crowded is such a plus for me. Afterwards, my sister and I had to part ways, and I decided to meet up with some friends at this Suji Experience bar. I didn't know what to expect. I arrived early here, so I decided to just take a tour around the place. Turns out this place has a lot of books as well, so I'm counting it as one of the library visits that I found. I love browsing through their shelves. I mean, they have a lot of really interesting books, but I knew I wasn't going to stay there for too long, and I definitely would not be able to finish even one book. So I decided to just browse around for any kind of books that I might be able to finish. Yeah, they have a lot of amazing, really rare books like this one. But yeah. And then my friends arrive. Surprise, surprise, it's Adit and Ulfa. We had such a great time, just like talking the whole time. We laughed a lot. We talked about all sorts of things like the art scene in Bandung, politics. I think that's a topic that we cannot avoid at this age, and also just like my dating life, I guess, because they're pretty invested in it. And yeah, it's kind of hard to believe that we just sort of met for the first time during this trip. It feels like we've known each other for a little bit longer than we have. I can't wait for us to hang out again soon. Please come to Jakarta, guys. The next day, my sister has an occupied morning because she had to teach for her side job, and I decided to go to a library on my own, which is not too far away from her house. This library is actually pretty different from a lot of the other libraries I've visited because number one, you can't bring in your bag, so they will give you like a clear bag to put your stuff in, and number two, it looks kind of like a Hogwarts-esque place. So it's pretty dreamy, it's pretty beautiful, and very conceptual. So let's go inside. Look at all of this. Needless to say, the place was pretty popular. By the time I got there, it was already kind of crowded, but thankfully I managed to grab a seat. If I have to be honest, their selection of books wasn't pretty wide. I think they cater more towards popular books that girls like in their 20s and maybe early 30s would prefer, but really not a lot of, I would say not a lot of hidden gem books around. They also have zines available that you can read on the spot. Not only that, they have like this creative room, which I think you can use to journal or crafts, whatever. And I mean, look at this window. It's so dreamy, so pretty. They even have like a community space upstairs, I think. I'm not entirely sure if you have to like book it first to use the space, but it was pretty empty by the time I got there, so I didn't dare use it on my own. And they have an outdoor area as well, where they have a lot of cats around. And all the cats were pretty friendly and absolutely adorable. I decided to settle on this table. I love the idea of just like sitting down on the floor on this carpet right here with my tea. And yeah, so I settled in pretty nicely. This is the book that I decided to get. And I decided to grab 2 more just in case that one didn't pan out, and also so that I don't have to go back and forth. And then afterwards I met up with my sister again, and we decided to go here after lunch. My sister hasn't been, so I thought I'd show her the space. And then we were like browsing through the internet for our next destination. And then it started raining, so we decided to go inside. Thankfully, there were some free seats that we could grab. And this is the time where I finally finished this book that my boss gave me. And then we decided to go to our next destination, which is this place. I didn't really know what to make of this place. Instead of like a library with food, this is a restaurant with a built-in library. Unfortunately, you can only access the bookshelf during weekdays. You can't really do anything with the books during weekends. So our visit was kind of a bust, but that closed our entire long weekend and closed my trip nicely. What I love about this place is this dish, which gives me this huge bone marrow. And that kind of wraps up our library tour weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye!